2 pounds, 2 kg, 10 kg, and 25 kg bags. For wholesale and retail prices, contact Shiklisho Limited at 665-3336 or 4808-715 or visit us at Warrenville, Canoopia. Shiklisho Limited, quality you can trust.
For the everyday lowest prices on all grocery items, trust Low Cost Supermarket for the widest variety of quality products at low prices. Freshly picked fruits and vegetables, healthy products for your well-being, high quality meat cuts, and a warm and friendly service. Low Cost Supermarket, Southern Main Road, Canoopia.
الناس حبك بيض الله قلبك بيض الله قلبك كن سموحا لخصمك تلقى خصمك أحبك بيض الله قلبك بيض الله قلبك.
At Extra Foods, we care for you. That's why we always have the widest variety, the best prices, spacious aisles of total convenience, plus clean, safe surroundings. Let us care for you. Extra Foods, always extra for less.
Assalamu alaikum and good evening and welcome to Breaking Barriers here on IBN Channel 8, flood free. And we're more or less back, and it's a pleasure being in your company. I mean, all I could tell you is that it feels good being back in the studio, but you don't want to know what conditions you're in right now. What happened is that because we have had so much work done at the station here in regards to the background and the internals, we still have tiling to do and other stuff. But what happened is that we are without air condition right now, so therefore I am a-boiling. But of course, I feel sorry for the two persons who are seated next to me, Moody and Patos. Patos is a man. Patos and Patos beating. Patos is have air condition, so I don't know how he's going to manage. But it's a pleasure being in your company, and of course, we hope that you had, a safe holiday, and, everything is okay at home. Well, barring all the nonsense that is taking place. Let me just welcome Tile Expression, and of course, remember Tile Expression is where you can get all your tiles, whether it be ceramic, porcelain, or you name it, whatever suits your fancy. Italian or otherwise, you can give them a call, or you could check them out right there off, you could either use the Bukal Road, or you could use Monroe Road and head up straight to Tile Expression. All right, so let's get the ball rolling. Let's move first off. Remember before we went for our official break for the flood, I had mentioned that this gentleman, a friend of mine, who I was tutored under, whom I had the greatest of respect for, and continue to. Well, what happened is that he passed away, and of course that is none other than Fias Ali, and many of you would have assisted with the finances, and of course, on behalf of his family, he will truly be missed, and this is why I put him at the top right now, because quite frankly, he was one of those persons, very, very, very firm and dedicated individual, and we of course ask for God to forgive him all his whatever shortcomings he may have had, and of course, to bless him, because quite frankly, he was indeed an example for many. All right, so let's go again. Well, boy, I don't know what plenty people are going to look at on us on our morning from Monday to Friday again, boy. My boy Fazir, boy, right? I used to feel good being on air, because you know why? I had Fazir as company, because anytime I get buff, I used to say, but look, Fazir just like me, or Fazir worse sometimes, right? In a good way. And, one of the things that I want, guys, there is a quote. It's a hadith, a quote. Sorry, I didn't tell you about that earlier on. But there's a quote that I had sent to you in regards to people like myself and Fazir. People always tell us, well, boy, why don't take it easy? Why do, hold your tongue a little bit and this and that? But people always quoting the wrong thing. For Fazir and I, we like quoting this. Prophet Muhammad, peace be upon him, said, speak the truth even when it is bitter. Right? So the fact is that, and there's a verse in the Quran, Surah An-Nisa, which talks about speak the truth even if it is against yourself. So the fact is that, for me, I will stick to the ones that are saying here, that giving us some allowance to be as vocal as we ought to be. And to Fazir, all the best to you and your family. I have the greatest of respect for you. I have the greatest respect for your family and for your, for the Mohammed clan at Mohammed's Electrical. You all have always been so good to us, and, we wish you all the best for your future endeavors, Fazir. I think it has a lot more, you could pull up here, Pa. I think it has a lot more to do with old age and anything else. I don't know if, Moody, you agree? Yeah. I think it has a lot to do with old age, and Fazir probably getting arthritis and so, you know what? Just for wickedness. Just for wickedness. Let me see. Let me hear. Hold on. Let me do something tonight. Right, here we go. The man probably out of the country too, because this, yeah boy, man phone, most likely Fazir out of the country. I suspect that he's out of the country. All right, so let's start the ball rolling. I do apologize, but lack of air condition tonight. Right, so let's go straight to the ball. Right? Bamboo number 2 was under 5 feet of water. I lost over about 1.8 million in damages, including the IBN. And what happened is that, where were the thousands we have assisted through the years when this happened? I'm asking that question tonight, Moody. All the people that we assisted, that this station, when their mother and father dead, where were all those people? Where were the imams and the scholars who preach about love for humanity? And I just had to add this because sadly most humans are selfish and shameless. And I say that without apology, because you know what? This station has raised more than any other station in the history of Trinidad and Tobago, for medical aid, for house, for finance. And we have assisted literally thousands of people. And when the station went under and was under flood waters, people knew that it was in the public domain, because I was on Facebook exposing this every single day. And all these people who assisted with thousands of hampers, and if 10 people call to find out if you're living or dead, is plenty. And it is a shameless indictment on human nature and the type of people we are as human beings. It is sad that we could use people conveniently when we want, take what we want, eat what we want, and get away with literal murder. And what happens is that when it's time for you to give back, unfortunately, it's too hard. And you know why it's hard? Is why some people will tell as I mentioned this, you will hear the phones ringing later on, but Inshan, I wanted to call you, but I didn't know if you was busy. I lie? No, it is a fact. And then some of these fellas, maybe from all different environments, maybe Gasparilla and other areas, wishing, that the station has start back up, you can never tell. Right? I'll even right there. Right? So anyway, the main thing is we are back up. And, you know, one of the things that I've always said is that we don't do things for other people. You don't help so that other people will help you. That is, if you do that, then you're not doing it with the correct intention. But it is good sometimes to see people reciprocating. It is good sometimes that when you are down on the ground, that there are people around to lift you up. Not when you're looking for the people who lift you up. You're down on the ground and their hands still open, expecting to get something. So let us hope that that changes somehow, because many people don't know, and Moody is proof of this. When my business was underwater, we went St. Helena and was helping people in St. Helena. Like Moody? No, it's true. We were there helping people. Moody went down in a big drain too. Moody almost lost his whole steering rack, right? If I didn't show Moody how to come out, right? Because remember, at his age, he has a little problem driving and seeing too, just like me. So the reality of it is that, for me, I have always put other people first. But then again, such is life, right? So let's run through. Let me just welcome Neil Schuss to this segment, right? By the way, Neil Schuss Auto Parts for all your European auto parts, BMW, Mercedes-Benz, Jaguar, Volvo, you name it, original and replacement, check them out, right? So, guys, before you put up that slide, let us show, no, not this one. Let us show the audience, this program is sponsored by what letter today? You have that slide? Right, pull out. This program is sponsored by the letter F, right? That is the sponsor for the letter today. You know, Sesame Street used to have it. Well, this program. And let me tell you why. Because, you know, I have always said that this program is tame compared to the racist programs that are on radio right now, that permits and allows and gives free rein. Because you see, those radio stations are mouthpieces for the government, and the board of TAT, right, basically was put there by the government of Trinidad and Tobago to do their bidding. So TAT is more or less the tail wagging for the donkey, and the donkey is the government, right? So let me just show you this letter, which I exposed some TAT. Content of Breaking Barriers program on the 12th of October. And watch when they write me now. TAT write me on the 12th of December about a program on the 12th of October. So them just take 2 months to respond. It was brought to the authorities' attention that there may have been inappropriate language used on the Breaking Barriers program. Hey, when I tell you this, you can't be that stupid, eh, boy. You know, I hear what's happening. I have no respect for them, you know, because you see their slant. You see that TAT is basically a puppet of the government. And they could come after me for saying that, but I have my attorneys ready for the tail, right? Pull that back up, please. A decision was made to investigate the broadcast in keeping with our broadcasting content complaints handling procedures, and therefore copies of the aforementioned program were obtained from our broadcast content monitoring system. In order to conduct a review, the authority reviewed the relevant recording and made note of the following statements made by the host at approximately 8:06 p.m. on the aforementioned date. All you get this effing land, and by the way, I'm repeating what that says is bad language, eh? Right? I am repeating it on here because effing could stand for anything. It could be flipping, it could be fishing, it could be fooling. You understand? Now, all you get this effing land for free, and so man free, and all you want to charge people. Now this come back. This was in reference to when I had mentioned that people will come to the Nagar and insult us and tell us that, you know what, all you get is so and so land free, right? And I did say effing, but I did not use the word. You understand? But Telecom Authority have a problem with this. But Telecom Authority does not have a problem with the racist remarks all over, with the lyrics. Imagine that Omar Dat Miraj just sing a song and he talking about, and what? The best thing to do is to take another woman if you have a wife. And that is the kind of songs being promoted. The kind of songs on air right now that the Telecom Authority allows. And by the way, there are so many people illegally thieving channels and opening up illegal cable companies and charging $50 and $60. What has the Telecom Authority done about that? There are TV stations in Trinidad teething all Eros programming. All you know who is Eros? Eros is all them Indian pitié. Teething all them Indian pitié songs. Teething all them Indian pitié movies and showing it without approval. And that does nothing. Absolutely nothing. So, at the end of the day, anytime Tat wanna tango, let we go. Are you ready? Because here what happening, Cynthia, Reddock, or whatever your name, right? I am not going to be pushed. I am not going to be targeted. I am not going to be silenced by people who are minions of the government. And if all you feel all you coming after me, bring it on. Bring it on. Because here what happening, I am a one-man army, and believe me, others go to court and win. If you want proof, go back into the archives and you will see for yourself. So, enough dotishness with that, because like I said, I'm not going to waste time on any rubbish this already night. We're going to need to get an next chair for this fella. Right. So, guys in control, if we could get a chair for someone who will be coming here shortly. Right. So, let's go again, please. You see this? These are the villagers from Spring Village who are affected by the flood. Now, Bamboo number 2 was hit hard, and what is sad is that Bamboo number 2 have millionaires almost in every street. And the vast majority of millionaires sat on their backsides and did nothing for the people of Bamboo number 2. The people who they grew up with, the people who they see every single day. And this picture here, I want this picture etched in your very psyche. Let's pull it back, please, guys. Right? This is the pain of people suffering. On Tuesday, a list of questions is from The Guardian. On the grant issues were WhatsApp to Cox. The minister was asked when the residents of Spring Village would receive their grants, if there had been a delay in payments by her ministry, how many applications have been received for processing to date, and how much money the ministry was likely to pay out to flood victims. Cox read the message but gave no response. Right, let's go to another, right? We'll take a look at one or two pictures that were also posted. I mean, these are people in the prime of their life. Some of them can't even walk, and they would have lost every single thing. Right? I mean, watch this picture here. And you know what is the sad reality of this, boy? Many of you may not notice this, but zoom in to the bottom. Zoom in below. What is that holding up the bed? A concrete block? A concrete block. Right? And I don't know if the young man, I'm seeing his foot is twisted. I don't know if that's a deformity or I don't know. But the fact is that this is the hardship that people are facing because of the flooding. And I want to make this abundantly clear. Thank you very much, guys. I want to make this abundantly clear because, it have people, some of them imams, who like to kiss the tails of politicians for whatever. And when the politicians get on their side, right, they like to feel important. So I just want to make this clear. Number one, my position is this. If you as a government minister was responsible for the flooding because of your lack of action, your lack of concern, your lack of work ethics, and you decided that you don't care about the people in Bamboo number 2, when you come here, we're going to deal with that. You understand? Because here what's happening. I'm going to show you a few things tonight. And you'll realize tonight we might go on for 2 hours. I don't know if I'll last the 2 hours because I might boil and dead inside here. But at the end of the day, we'll see exactly where we're going because I mentioned earlier that we have absolutely no air conditioning in this place. So we are still doing over some electrical running. So Shiraz, welcome to the heat. I apologize, but what happened is that unfortunately our air conditioning system is not back up. Right? So anyway, let's go to bring him on this side so they can get to see everything. Okay. Yeah. Right. Now, I want you to take a look at this picture. This picture, when I saw this is a good shot from it. Right. But what you may not see, or what you would not have seen, is the body parts on the ground, which I'm not going to show, because there is another reason for that to write me, because they gonna say it was too gruesome. But having Kid Rowley on the airwaves, that should also be considered gruesome. Right? So let us go back to that picture. And this is just a stark reminder that this gentleman was rushing to get a flight, but he did not know that he was booked for another flight. You understand? We don't know what is in store for us tomorrow, you know. We don't know if we step out. I could be talking to you in the studio now, God forbid, a massive 8-point-something earthquake cause the whole studio to shake, the concrete fall on my head, all are we dead. God alone knows, God forbid. And we don't know what is in store. And likewise, this gentleman who was accustomed spending most of his time on the outside, that gentleman died with parts of his body being severed. His arm was severed, his skull was bust open, and it was there all over social media. So this is what social media does, more or less. I mean, at the end of the day. So on behalf of all of us, condolences to the family, because, you know, no one wants to see their loved one in that position. Of course, you know, it's hard and it's difficult at the same time, but the reality of it is that, you know, when you look at the circumstances by which some people are going, especially with the road fatalities, that car was not going at a slow pace for that get that amount of damage. I can tell you that. All right, so let's go to other slide, guys. Let's see this. What them fellas could be doing on top there? Let me see. Patos, what them fellas them doing on top there?
Fixing a roof? Painting.
What are they doing? Charles waiting them fellas doing it? Changing the sheeting? All right, well, here what happened. Zoom into the bottom of the text, please. Workers carry out repair works on the roof of the grandstand at the Queen's Park Savannah, Port of Spain yesterday in preparation for Carnival 2023. Well, I have, guys, I didn't want to do this, but actually someone wanted me to advertise a costume for Carnival for sale, right? And I dug deep within myself, because as a Muslim, I cannot promote that. But then again, sometimes you have to flex, you know, because here what's happening. You see how a lot of those imams and maulanas is flex when it's time people in need, and they just choose conveniently. Well, time for me to flex a bit. Guys, we have that slide ready? Right. One Carnival costume for sale, 15,000, right? As you can see, what they're wearing these days is actually dental floss. So I hope we ain't getting no trouble for actually putting up that for sale. I got that? All right, good. So anybody interested, contact me, right? One Carnival costume, $15,000. And I will organize, because that's about the same size as Carnival costume these days. Right, so let's go to the other slide, guys. What, you know what shocks me in this country, right? Nothing. Nothing. We are a country where the healthcare system is falling apart. Come back to me, guys. Where the oncology center, they have spent $300 million on a foundation at the oncology center and nothing else. $300 million. Somebody pocket get fat and swollen. And you telling me that we have a minister who talking about doing things in January for COVID, because he say the next step up for January will be COVID, more COVID vaccines and then on the other side of your mouth, right? On the other side of your government's mouth, we are hearing in February that we are about to have the biggest carnival, the mother of all carnival. And you know what is the sad thing? P&M supporters will clap. They have no food, they will clap. They eating salt and salt, they will clap. Because this is how you appeal to your supporters. Your supporters like fat, you give them fat. We are going to spend $147 million for an event that takes 2 days. 2 days. And the population sits down, relaxes themselves, and swallows that without an issue. While the country is falling apart, while the roads falling apart, while everything is going to hell, we are going to spend $147 million and everybody calm and cool like cucumber because that ain't we business, that ain't we money. Yes, that is our money. And I'm surprised that the religious leaders have not spoken out about this. I'm surprised that the pundits, the priests, and the imams have not gotten up and said, look, we have a serious issue with that. But then again, if they go to talk, they may lose out on their Eid, their Diwali, and their Christmas grants. So therefore, here what happen? They're going to stay quiet. Let's go again, guys. Right? So that's said and done. I'm going to leave that right there because Gypsy said they're not using back the same stalls and things. And by the way, when has Carnival, come back to me, when has Carnival ever produced a profit in Trinidad and Tobago? Can you ever tell me a time that Carnival in Trinidad and Tobago made a profit? And not only that, there's a slide with this, guys, with Gypsy. Could I get that slide, please? Yes, look, my boy. They only give we 147 million. We get shortchanged by 57 million because they requested 200 million. He said while the budget looked big, it should be seen in the context of an investment which will bring returns. Returns for who? Most of the people who provide costumes import their costumes. Go again, guys. He added the 200 million that we spend on Carnival. Not 1 cent goes out of Trinidad and Tobago because we can't spend our money nowhere else. And why is that? Why we can't spend our money nowhere else? Because you know why? We have a government that made our currency so dead that the Guyana dollar, right, feeling more important than the Trinidad dollar now. And we used to laugh at Guyana. And look at us now. In Guyana, they are celebrating 300,000 barrels a day. We are celebrating 600 murders a year. Let's go again. But what happens is that the money that we spend, the investment that the government makes in Carnival, sustains a lot of P&M people. I have to add that. Sustains a lot of P&M people in this country on a short-term basis and on a long-term basis. So in other words, Carnival is CPEP. Because that is what CPEP was designed for. Some long-term and some short-term. So CPEP is another, Carnival is another make-work program because that is what the government is essentially saying. They are saying that here what's happening, we doing this for short-term, but who are the beneficiaries? Who are the people that ready? A man going and sing a seta gobar. And what is going to happen? Oh, that is the next word that will come after me for. Right? A man going to sing a seta gobar, and at the end of the day, he's going to get $1 million for what? For what? Anyway, let's go again. Let me hope they say it has something good and sensible. Let's go. Next slide. This is what I was referring to before when I said that they could have used this money, and by the way, for $147 million, they could have completed the oncology center. And could we zoom in to see the date of this article, please? 2016. And Terence Dial Singh said in this article, zoom out, right? He said, the National Oncology Center at the Mount Hope Hospital will be given focus, and a meeting with stakeholders is set to be held next week to determine the way forward. The project, which has been on a standstill for some time, has already cost the taxpayers close to $300 million. No building put up. You know what I'm talking about? No building put up, just a foundation, and that is $300 million. How the hell could that be possible? How could that be possible? Pull back up that previous slide, guys. And I want to thank Gate Automation. No, the other one. The one that you had there with the picture of it. Right. Completion of construction is carded for 2015. It commenced in 2013 November. So this project, which should have taken just about a year and something, and look at it, how the hell that could cost? I mean, the foundation is 300 million. What in that is more than 300 million? then my project is about 8.9 billion. This is madness. This is highway robbery. Let me just thank our previous sponsor, Gate Automation Company Limited. Pull up my previous sponsor, guys. La 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 la. Oh yes, there we go. Gate Automation Company Limited for sponsoring this segment. And of course, remember they supply tow. And by the way, I must commend them for their service. After we got flood, Gate Automation sent across one of their guys. And this gentleman, he could have said, look, boss, boom, it passed through flood. We can't fix it, you had to buy a new one. This gentleman came, took it apart, serviced it completely, and what happened, tried everything possible to get the board working. Well, the board was burnt. And what happened is that he said, listen, man, I'm going to try and see if I can get a new board for you that is compatible with your one. They got the board, it working like that. So I would like to compliment Gate Automation for their fantastic service. Well done, guys. Let's go again. Right, Automax. Radiator coolant, or as they say in Trinidad, we go radiator coolant. Because remember in Trinidad, we have accent. Not only that, we have fireside in Trinidad too. Not only that, we have reindeer antlers on our cars. Right? It's just a matter of time before we get snow too. Because we always have a habit of following the West. But if you want a world-renowned coolant, one that could use in your BMW, your Mercedes, your high-end vehicles, or your TIDA, give them a call and look for the brand Automax. Let's go again, guys. Imagine $147 million, but lifeguards, do you know that 6 out of the 6 towers we have in Maracas, 3 are functional because they need that for every repairs, and if you climb them up, you could dead. And not only that, the ambulance, it does not even have an ambulance in Maracas. And it is what I tell you, this is what we are supporting as a people, and we sit down in our chairs and we relax and we say, no problem, we got to take it and we got to wind to the left. And I continue to say that there will come a time when my voice will be no more, right? Who is going to come up? Who is going to talk? Who is going to expose the issues? Because at the end of the day, I don't have a price tag behind my back. So therefore, who are you going to, when you tune on a Wednesday night, what are you going to get? Maybe Caliph might host the program, you can never tell, right? We will call it Breaking Wind. Right? So let's go again to the other slide, guys. When I saw this, I couldn't believe that a new acting commissioner could make a statement like this. If you hire, come back to me, if your company is on the verge of bankruptcy and you hire a man to save your company, and the first thing that man come into your company and say, boss, this company dead, you know, I can't say nothing, I can't save nothing. What are you going to do? Are you going to keep that man or are you going to get rid of him? You looking to ride he out one time because as soon as he get into position, he telling you your company is a failure without even trying. And let us juxtapose that with what the new assistant commissioner said. Same exact thing, same exact scenario. You now take the position, and the first thing that could come out of your mouth, here what happened now, we really can't stop the 600 thing, you know. At the end of the day, you know what I mean? The regiment done supplying bullets to kill people already, you know what I mean? As we see, right? And one was that they equipped, it had nothing we could do. And that is essentially what was done. Let's go again, guys. Rowley at National Day of Prayer, we have always had difficulties and always come through those difficulties. Rowley, you are one of the biggest difficulties for Trinidad and Tobago. In fact, you are the mother of difficulties for Trinidad and Tobago. Pull back up that, guys. Have faith in your leaders. Archbishop T&T Boylan, over. Well, you know, Rowley talk about, come back to me, Rowley talk about saying prayers and in for your leader. Rowley, let me tell you something, eh? This is how my religion works. You see, if people oppress in you, and you're saying prayers, it is not to benefit the person. It is for God to end the oppression. And if you're praying to God, you say, God, open up the heart of that oppressor so that he doesn't oppress anymore. But if he continues to oppress, then God, you know what to do. So essentially, if you telling Trinidad and Tobago to pray, partner, that is what my prayer will be. because I'm praying for God to open up your heart and cleanse it, use disinfect, use all kind of thing and clean it up and put it back. But if that doesn't work, if God decides, well, that's any way we want to go, well, God, here what happen? Do what you have to do. Remove him from the way and put somebody who is a just leader. And nothing wrong with that. Because then the man tells me to pray. Well, that is what I'm praying for. And look, he's saying here, pandemic, murders, and floods. PM, we must have faith. Yes, we do have faith. We have faith that you are an incompetent nincompoop. That is what we have faith in, and we know for sure. And there is no denying that. So believe me, my faith is strong when I know that that is a fact. Let's go again, guys. Intelligence gathering units of Trinidad and Tobago Police Service have heightened their monitoring of a notorious gang in the country after discovering voice notes. Okay, so this is good. So all you're going and hear about these notorious gangs and their voice note, and all you're going to make that public. So essentially what you're doing is saying, hey, criminals, my friends, my partners, right, who does support the present administration, hear what's happening now. We need all your vote. So we cannot lock all up. So hear what? We just laying all you know. We know about them voice notes, you know. But here what happened? Or let's try using a different thing rather than WhatsApp now. Because we could actually listen in and view and all kind of thing. Go with Telegram. It's more difficult to break that code. You are actually forewarning. Right? That reminds me of a time when I saw a big government sign saying police activity ahead. Police activity ahead. So them warning you that it have police ahead. And such is the stupidity of the people who are in leadership positions in this country. Let's go again, guys. The police warning criminals, don't dare come to Port of Spain. But you could go to Arima, you could go to Tanapuna, you could go to Sawa, you could go to anywhere else, right? But do not come to Port of Spain, because here what happening now. You see Port of Spain? Port of Spain is a place that we might catch you. You're allowed to shoot and kill. You're allowed to murder, but just don't do it too much, because you know that is what is going on in Port of Spain, whether we like it or not. So imagine police, and this is to tell you how stupid these people are. You are warning PD criminals, don't come to Port of Spain. But what is happening to the rest of the country? What is going on to the rest of Trinidad and Tobago? Where a 1-year-old child could be shot and murdered, and the whole country is like, that child gets shot and murdered, boy. What we going to do? It's not we own, so we don't have a problem. We go in shopping, and we forget about it, and we go on. Let's go again, guys. No, but I wanted, when he gave himself this, I wanted to comment on this. I just have one thing to say to Jacob. Or let's zoom into that picture for me. Just zoom into Jacob picture. Right, there we go. All you tell me, if just looking at this man, that he ain't looking confused. The man just looking confused. And you know why he had this, right? Come back to me, guys. Yeah, he looking more confused now, so I'll bring it closer. Now, let me go back to the job again. Imagine sales going bad, right? And you have a man in your business running your business, a manager. And what happens that the one time that you could make some sales and make a difference, the man tell you, hey, boss, instead of getting paid for my holidays, I'm going to take a break and I'm going. And this is what essentially Jacob did. Jacob went on holidays before the 600 hit. Because Jacob would say, well, I wasn't there when the 600 come in. You understand? I was nowhere wrong when the 600 reached. I was somewhere in, Punta Cana or somewhere. I don't know where he does go on Lime or where he and his family does go on Lime. Jacob was not here. Or maybe Jacob was home when the 600 hit. God alone knows. God alone knows. All right, let me just welcome Built to Last to this segment. And of course, remember Built to Last for all your home items, for all your refrigerators, your TVs, your stoves, your appliances, and you get the best warranty, by the way, at Built to Last. Let's go again, guys. Look at the two. Watch the two of them. Ah, boy. Tweedledee and... Yeah, Bim and Bam. A story by itself, yes? Let's go again, guys. We're making all that noise. Right, here we go. National Security Minister Fitzgerald Hines has admitted to being very concerned that a large quantity of TT Regiment registered bullet casings were found at a recent murder, and that these ammunition may be in the hands of criminals. However, he has assured that measures have been introduced to prevent a trend from developing. Well, let me tell you something, Fitzgerald Hines. A trend has already developed because this thing going on for years now. It is not the first time that the Trinidad and Tobago Regiment bullets have been used to be murder, have been used to harm, and nobody has been held responsible in the Trinidad and Tobago Regiment. Because you know why? It's Trinidad and Tobago, because somebody have a partner there to protect. You understand? Because that man in the TTR, one is that he vote PLM, he does support the government. So how you go lucky up? Because we need his vote too. All you understand how it's rolling, right? Let's go again, guys. Right. This is my partner there, astronaut. Fitzgerald Hines. Because he lost, after I saw that video, that interview that he did, brother man, let me tell you something. I grabbed Tulumatil one time. Because, this is your Minister of National Security. Otherwise, Minister, that is the man. That is the man himself. Minister, that's him. So, to make sure that you have a wonderful evening and that you enjoyed your holidays, why not provoke you with a video with Hines talking for 3 minutes? Let us take a look and get angry. Are you ready? Let's run that video, guys, with our boy Hines. You know, I don't know. I don't know what to say. After I saw that whole interview, 9 minutes long, the man kept talking and talking and talking, and it's like the media was there. Partner, you plan to shut up anytime soon, or you plan to stay quiet anytime soon, right? So I really don't know. That was on the flash drive. Yeah, I'd place that on the flash drive for you all too as well. Sorry about that. Yeah, that was on the flash drive. So check that and you'll load it up for me. One is that I'll get away from it for about a minute because I loaded that up on a different source. But let's go to the other slide while we're waiting. Vendors scatters, gunmen race after a man and kill a man at the Tunapuna market. And here what's happening, that is the norm. If you see these fellas running through the area with guns in tow and fear no one because they realize we have the mother of incompetence in the TTPS and in national security. Let's go again, guys. This gentleman, Surendra Ramdani, contacted me. And in that message there, you could see the cry for help. Surendra lost his white Hilux. Now, the reality of it is that in Trinidad and Tobago, we have had, come back to me, we have had over 2,000 vehicles. You hear that, Patos? Where's the average of a vehicle right now? About 200,000? Let me say average, because even my stinking old foreign news now is 200,000. So sure as calculate that for me. 200,000 by 2,000. No, it can't be 4 million. I feel like, yes, no. Other fellas really, I don't know now. Right. You're looking at $400 million. Nearly $500 million in vehicles stolen in this country. And it ain't bothering nobody. But you know who it bothering? It bothering the people who lost the vehicles because now they do not have the transport that they need to take them from place to place. They do not have the access to what they need. And that is the sad reality of it. Let's go again, guys. Next slide. Okay, right. Okay, the video. All right, good. So let's, let me run the video.
Minister, as we wrap up 2022. This is your first full year in charge of the Ministry of National
Yes.
Security. How would you rate your performance this year?
I don't rate my performance. I work, and I do what my mandate and what the responsibility that has been given to me as Minister of National Security. I do what I am mandated to do. Insofar as this year is concerned, of course, nobody wants, no sensible, right-thinking human being wants to know that we, Trinidad and Tobago, have killed so many of us. A couple days ago, someone sent me a WhatsApp message saying, oh my God, you mean we are losing 600 citizens for the year? And I replied, yes, unfortunately, yes. But who is doing that? It is we, the citizens of Trinidad and Tobago, for the most part, who is doing it. It is very sad, but it's the reality for the time being. And I continue to work with the police service because murder is a crime. The police statistics show that all other serious crimes are showing downward trends. But murders is very horrible, very serious. The question of detection, it may have escaped you, but it has not escaped me. Our detection rate is heading north. The police are certainly making greater headway. You would see the other day, there was a murder. Our detection rate is heading north.
It is heading north when you're pointing upwards. Right. That is not. Let it run.
North. The police are certainly making greater headway. You would see the other day, there was a murder of a woman and a child in a car someplace where they shot up the car. And as they were escaping from the scene, because
a Minister of National Security would know the name of the woman, would know the name of the child, and know the area where the person was shot up. Because, you see, you are invalidating the importance of what happened by just saying a woman and a child and somewhere. It shows you how... I mean, this man is such an ignoramus, boy, and that is putting it mildly. But let us go back to him to upset the rest of your night.
And as they were escaping from the scene, because of the strategic direct active patrol systems that are in vogue now, they were able to intercept the suspects on the very day shortly after the offense. And there was another murder that took place within the last few days in this country. I don't want to comment too much about it, but the police reported to me this morning when I inquired that they are making great headway. In answer to your two direct questions, yes, I am fully aware. Yes, I am deeply concerned, so much so that many months ago as Minister of National Security, I engaged the leadership of the Defense Force on those issues, and action has been taken at the level of the Defense Force to be more restrictive in the management of its stock.
Only realize the amount of times this man has repeated as Minister of National Security. In other words, it's a little boy with a toy. You know, Ministry of National Security is your playground, and that is your toy. So here what happen? You will just keep reinforcing the point about as Minister of National Security. I don't know about Olia, but I just cannot stand to hear this man. I really cannot. I don't despise people, but there's something about this man, oh my God, it has really upset me. And I think I speak for everybody who is concerned that we could say that this man is the most, but he's the biggest disgrace as a Minister of National Security that we have ever had. In fact, Martin Joseph was the one who coined the phrase, there was an increase in the decrease of crime. All you remember that? Yeah. Right? Martin Joseph had said that. And what happens is that the amount of things this one say, We could write a whole book because every time he opens his mouth, and I don't know if you remember, there was something in Canada, and this man went rubbling on, and one man said the woman had to tell him in other words, Heinz, shut your mouth now. We fed up here, yeah? Calm yourself. And exactly what is going on here, the media asked him one question, you know. Well, what happens is that I just use breeze detergent because what happens is that it's kind of soapier more than the other ones. What happens is that I was trying not to mix my white and my black because at the end of the day, you know what I mean, you'll get bleeding. You know, so what's the question again? Sorry. And that is how he does operate. The man does go on and on and on and on and on and on. I would like somebody to tell me how many cases this man won in court. I would really like to know how many cases Heinz, because our search during the break and see how many times his name come up in TT law courts and see how many cases he won. Because really and truly, I don't know, boy. I really don't know. I'm not questioning his capabilities as a lawyer, but at the end of the day, God help us. Let's go again. Last week's for president, boy. The only woman who had COVID for the last 5 years. She was never seen. I hear what happening, eh? I don't care what nobody said. The best president we ever had was Fias Ali. And I'm not saying that because I am Muslim and he was Muslim. That was a no-nonsense man. He was visible. His wife up to now is highly respected. The woman that finds herself all over the place and she don't play herself. And for me, I don't know who they're going to pit, but you're almost sure it's going to be a political puppet. 100%. Because they ain't gonna put nobody that is opposed to them. Like you see how they get the Gary Griffith thing done? With the president and all of them coming together and doing their little, their brouhaha and one is cooking up the little spell and thing. They want somebody similar, so anytime they make decisions and they run to the president, they could get things done. So therefore, that is exactly what they're going to do. They are going to find somebody to do their bidding. Because remember, it's megalomaniacs running this country, you know. Let me just welcome Misuse Limited. And remember, Misuse Limited, you do not have to wait on a special time for great pricing. Remember, you cannot compare these units with other units. These carry a 10-year warranty on parts and labor. And of course, remember, Misuse Limited represents Mitsubishi. And Mitsubishi is a Japanese brand. And remember, everything Japanese is good thing, eh? Well, except, but Japan is actually hardly eat pork and eh? When I went there, they like a lot of color foods and you can't really tell you. You really can't tell, and they are clean people. The Japanese, if you see the condition of the Japanese, when I tell you, the subway and everything, clean, clean, clean. The above ground buses, everything clean. Right? So the place was pristine. So let's go again, guys. I am begging on behalf of the residents of Bamboo number 3. Residents cannot even access their home because the business people, you know, they have the food court there. People are parked on both sides of the road like donkey. And then residents can't pass. Not only that, Bamboo number 2 residents use this area and the St. Joseph police station does nothing. Tomorrow I will make a call because residents have been complaining. People peeing on the wall, people vomiting on the wall, and a whole set of drama. So I'll try, to the person that contacted me, I'll try to see what I could do to get this sorted out for you. All right, so we're going to take a break now because one is that, not even my whole clock blow up into, you know, so I have to use my phone. We're now 50 minutes I've been going on and rambling, All right. So, we're going to take a break. Remember, you're watching Breaking Barriers right here on IBN Channel 8. I know many of you wondering if this program is live. Yes, it is, because for the last few weeks, I underwent some serious flood. Guys, I think I have 1 or 2 videos with the flood in the station. Could we show that, please? 1 or 2 videos that I had sent to you. And, yeah, I wanna show, because some people, a man tell me, say, boy, we ain't get no flood down here. You know the normal thing. Right? So, we're gonna, in fact, hear what? We're gonna take a break, and when we come back, I'll pull that up because I know that's last minute. So we're gonna take a break, and when we come back, we'll continue right here on Breaking Barriers. We'll be back right after this.
games. You always break the table when you lose. Promise? 4110 Jigsaw. Watch it. Don't you dare.
Ronix. At Extra Foods, we care for you. That's why we always have the widest variety, the best prices, spacious aisles of total convenience, plus clean, safe surroundings. Let us care for you. Extra Foods, always extra for less.
Attention all bakers, doubles vendors, and roti makers. Try our high-quality bromate-free, all-purpose, and whole wheat flour. Low price and conveniently packaged in 2 pounds, 2 kg, 10 kg, and 25 kg bags. For wholesale and retail prices, contact Shiklisho Limited at 665-3336 or 480-8715 or visit us at Warrenville, Canoopia. Shiklisho Limited, quality you can trust.
For the everyday lowest prices on all grocery items, trust Low Cost Supermarket for the widest variety of quality products at low prices. Freshly picked fruits and vegetables, healthy products for your well-being, high quality meat cuts, and a warm and friendly service. Low Cost Supermarket, Sun and Main Road, Canoopia.
Misuse Air Limited, authorized Mitsubishi air conditioning dealer. No need to replace your air conditioning units ever so often. Split units, cassette, ductable, CTVIF systems, and much more. Mitsubishi Electric has long been powering industries and providing solutions for healthy living. Misuse Air Limited boasts the industry's first 10-year warranty on all parts and labor. Inverter units are also available. Don't hear it, just feel it. Misuse Air Limited, 246 Eastern Main Road, Barataria. Give us a call at 674-4000 or 675-4000 or email us at mitsu.limited@gmail.com.
No more games. You always break the table when you lose. Promise? 4110 Jigsaw. Watch it. Don't you dare.
Ronix.
You know, I just look at some videos with some young boys with the fireworks, and they have these stick fireworks, and they have now found a game of shooting with it. Not only that, a car was parked up with a gentleman inside, and they are shooting inside the car. Now, this could not only cause damage to property, but this could cause serious injury to your body. It could cause blindness, and it could cause death. And I've always said, parents, if you are making children and this is what you're making, ask God to go back to the time and just reverse that decision from now. Because really and truly, it's best you plant 2 fig tree. Because if you plant 2 fig tree, all now you'll be getting fig. And not only fig, you could choose what type of fig you want to plant. If you want Gamichel, if you want CKA, what that big one is what type? Lakatang or Kankatang, whatever the jail they call it, you're getting. Right? So we're going to leave that right here. Let me just welcome RPM Express. And for this holidays, boy, RPM delivered 14 packages drop off in front of me like that. And I want to thank them for the excellent service as usual. If you have not signed up with RPM, do it now for me, please. Absolutely free. Let's go again, guys. Let's run through our slides. What slides we have? This is the studio. This is what the studio looked like when the water was a little lower, by the way, because the water was nearly past knee height and going up to waist height in the studio. Now, I want to just run through one or two things for you. Right, yes, so this is the studio. Now, I want to run through, these are videos with bamboo number 2 and flooding. You see this? Pull that back, that first video, pull it back. Residents going in, risking life and limb. All you seen any representative of the Ministerial works there going to do that? Residents were the one responsible for the water level dropping. And then, anyway, we got to talk about that afterwards. And these fellas and them toting sand and cement on their back to fill an area in the riverbank that have a hole. And look at the distance, you will see the distance that they walk in. Right? You will see. As we go along. You will see the video will start to speed up now. And you will see the fellas and them will. And as I said before, most of what was done for the flooding in Bamboo, residents of Bamboo number 2 were the ones using the boats from the areas or people volunteering boats. Now notice nighttime reach and they're still toting. Anybody see anybody else on the Ministerial works? So we got to talk about that in a little bit. Right? Watch residents again. Residents again going down in the hole to turn the valve so that the gate could open so water could come out because the pump, watch that, cesspit water. Cesspit water, and these fellas going underwater to open up the valve. Right? Watch it. So this is what I tell you. When I see that I get vexed and I lash out at them clowns and then when they come in Bamboo number, watch how the water start to drain now. Right? When you see them clowns and them come in Bamboo number 2 and they want to come and pose with their pretty self, here what happening now. Right? Right. Now, again, this is the area in the back, and that is my partner, Poya, and them, and this is the pump, and by the way, that was a pump that was parked up in Bamboo number 2 on the left, completely flip over in the water, and the other pump can't work because they installed the other pump too low, and the container for the gas or the diesel cannot go in. All right. We forwarding that, or that is how that video is? Pause right there. Right. Play it. I find it. Have you ever seen anything like this?
No, never.
And what do you think caused this?
Carelessness with respect to the government.
And if we didn't, who went and do things to get the water down?
We, us. With Inshan, we went and did it.
And the villagers and them came and they went underwater and they did what they had to do, correct?
Exactly.
So all of we'd be under 5 feet of water?
Still we'd be under 5 feet. Yeah. I misunderstand you yesterday when you gave the speech at 5 o'clock water going down. Not knowing
that it is factual.
It is natural comment. And kudos, because we know what we're doing.
That's correct. That's correct.
We are in the village. We are the villagers. We know what we're doing.
Correct.
The government they coming to do it. They only come and jacket and tie.
You see them there come today? Boy, I don't know. Anyway, all the best. Natasha's apartment. Natasha and the gentleman here, Mr. Sexy himself. Let me ask you a question. You were there when the excavator was digging?
Yeah, I was. I live right there.
So
I live in Bamboo Tree.
You living in?
Bamboo Tree.
Bamboo Tree, and you were there with excavation works going on?
Yeah.
And what did you see?
Well, I see the man take down the whole bamboo patch, put it inside on the riverbank and cover it.
So he break down the bamboo patch,
put it in the riverbank and rebuild it with dirt.
And you saw that with your own eyes?
My own eyes.
You're sure you're nobody paying you to lie like me?
Nobody can pay me to lie because my house could go next year.
The water level drop, they could come on my side and take a view and see what it did.
No, I'll come across by earlier.
Yeah, they cut
the bank is so much now.
2 feet of bank again.
This is the bank now.
You serious?
Behind my house.
So disaster could have happened to you all as well too?
We could have it next year as well.
Well, we had to put an end to this.
Yeah, we have to.
You understand?
We really have to.
Yeah. No. I will come there.
What happened here can happen in Bamboo Tree soon. And this is what we've been asking for all the time. We've been asking on the community group to come and check the riverbank because it's not looking good.
All right. Well, definitely I go come down there.
No problem.
Number 2, where we set up our tents as a distribution area. We know that is Patosa, see there? Yeah, we swing back the part. And we distributed, in fact, the majority of goods distributed to Bamboo number 2 was distributed from the tents that we were under there in front of Bamboo Marketing and in front of my place there. So all those who assisted, I would like to thank you so much for the assistance, because if it were not for you, and by the way, we had some Venice teeth in for me, but at the end of the day, not all of them was bad. Now, I want you to watch it, because what you're going to see are videos that you are not see. This is Kalpo and the team, right? Thank you to Kalpo and the team. Well done, guys. Well done. Excellent, excellent, excellent. Kalpo and the crew. And if you watch how many boats you're seeing. Not one of the boat you're seeing belongs to a government official, well, except this boat. This is a wannabe boat. All right? That thing, air joke ugly first fight, now. That is the TNTech rubber ducky. Right? So they were doing, at least they were using it. And I compliment them because the manager, the general manager for TNTech was on board, and he was, now watch this. That drain that you're seeing there, residents dug that drain so water could come out. So all the work that was being done to secure Bamboo number 2, it wasn't no government official, it wasn't no contractor, it wasn't no Rohan Sinanan, it wasn't no bloody Faris Al-Rawi. It was the citizens of Bamboo, the residents of Bamboo, and the people of Bamboo Tree, etc., and friends who came out. Watch who retrieving people from their homes. Bamboo residents or friends who had boat, and watch the height of that. So, when you look at what took place in this area and how long it took place for, and then all of a sudden, after Bamboo people done marinate in the cesspit water, all you want to play, all you come in and showing up in 4 days. No, I will run all the tail. I don't care which religious leader want to kiss all the tail when all you come here so that he could distribute food cards. I ain't going down that road. Right is right and wrong is wrong. And that is the next thing. I want to know, how come it is private individuals were given food cards in Bamboo? Patos, you know about the government laws and things. Isn't it fact that only government officials could handle food cards? Then how come it is a private resident of Bamboo was given food cards to distribute? And then you're hearing that certain people get and certain people ain't get. And this is the Bamboo number 2 main road there. And you see this young boy here? Boy, this young boy and others, Sam, Son, and a few others, they were Rocky Son and all of them, Adesh and all these fellas and them. I don't want to call names because when I start to call names, I'll forget. And Teeth's son and Boys and Family and Boots and the amount of them, Django with the boat and then Dave with the tent rental, right? I wanted people to hear what he's saying. Could we reverse? Yeah, play the audio.
We could smile now because you are going down in the taxi village.
That's correct. That's correct. Thanks to men like you, boy.
But let me tell you something too. Yesterday I tell Laman, what is his name? The Minister.
Rohan.
I tell him I say organize sandbag. He tell me you go and organize sandbag. Up to now me and see the sandbag. You have to go and fix that.
And it's 24 hours later.
I leave here after 11 last night.
Yeah, I know. We see her. We see her.
And it's a 2 pump was coming.
I still waiting on it.
Yeah, you see the pump outside that bicycle pump.
I would use my boat. I tell him and I said, don't study how it had to go. I will carry it with my boat and if I had to pack it myself.
Number 2 main road.
All I tell him, yesterday, I will get the barrel and go put the pump on the barrel and float it. It's a floated pump. When water goes on the pump, when water goes on the pump goes down. You have to do nothing again.
Kill the audio there. This is, okay, this is where there were breaches on the riverbank, where the allegation was that the excavator passed and ended up damaging the bank there. And this is Deo with the tent. Deo did not charge us any money for use of the tent and the chairs. Thank you so much, my brother Deo. Well done. Now, Again, wait, I want to let you hear this clip. That is the Imam going in there with Rohan. Well, here what happening, eh? All them engineers and Pure and all over that Rohan have that be paving road in the wet and thing. Them engineers can't find the solution. Residents have to go and show Rohan how to find the solution. Imagine that. What a thing. Yeah, Rohan. Gentlemen. Right. And you said if you get some sandbags, you could stop the water from coming.
Yeah, but we can stop all this from coming up this month. That water can stop quite down the road there since yesterday. Yesterday, look at that.
Yeah. So that way it will be easier to handle.
Yeah.
Same boats that I'm running.
Yeah. You living in the area there. What caused that?
By the bank itself naturally low.
Right. And what happened? Some equipment we was told went up there. I don't know if you know about that.
Excavator. And you clean any bank and whatever. And we never use dirt to pack the bank. We use bamboo patch. Yeah. So
wait. He didn't use dirt, he used bamboo patch?
The bamboo patch, he mash it up and pack it on the bank. Bamboo patch. And then throw dirt and mud and slush on it. So that ain't really doing nothing coming through that. If you understand what I'm saying.
Right. Again, I want you to see all the boats that are being used here. So all your government lovers and all other people who like to kiss tail when ministers come in the area. Where were those ministers when everybody was catching their tail? This is the valve that the fellas and them went down the gate that they went down to open. And that is the cable to pull it open. Right? So what's the depth these fellas went down there, man? And you feel a joke, like I tell you, you know, we don't understand the sacrifices that many of these young men made, especially putting their own lives at risk. Now pause right there, guys. This is where it gets interesting. That pump was installed so low that anytime it floods, the gas cap where you have to fill gas gets covered and you cannot put any fuel in it. So this is to tell you the stupidity of the people who do these things. Now, basically, all they have to do is raise the height of the pump and increase the neck. In fact, send the pump up by about 3 feet and increase the neck. And basically, I think those pumps use the same principle where you have to put water in it to get it started, right? No?
Yeah,
you have to prime it. I guess that is what the tanks and them there for. Yeah. Right. So you prime it and you go to watch this. So the water actually went over this pump and the pump couldn't work. Well, boy, when I tell you the height of stupidity, right? And that was the valve that they were trying to turn. This was the gate that they were trying to open to allow the water to come out. All right, so this... All right, listen to this audio now.
Watch. Here is the pump. They brought in this pump, and it's 11:29 p.m. They realize that God only knows what, and they are reversing out now. Let me see where they are going to go with this pump now. And the hardest is the water has gone down tremendously. Yeah? By the morning, we expect the water to be down completely.
Listen to the residents now.
3 hours now, they're trying to start our pumping.
So what happened to the pump? What happened to the pump? They have a 12-inch pump. Guys. They have a 12-inch pump and they bring a 8-inch. They have a 12-inch pump. They have a 12-inch pump and they bring a 8-inch hose? Nah. A 12-inch pump. Tell them they can, or they can park up the boat here.
Yeah, I'll park it up.
Tell them they can park up that boat there too. So so where the pump? No, but where they? We were waiting on the pump all the time. No pump showed up. And when the pump came, the pump was a 12-inch pump and they bought 8-inch line. And those guys behind the truck refused to come off the truck to get wet. And residents had to leave their homes to go down in the cesspit water. And these workers refused to leave the top of the truck. And they're getting paid. Now, listen to this. It's 8 p.m. And residents, we have arranged a tractor. Right?
This is the operator of the tractor.
Operator, who's the owner of the tractor? Richard. I would like to thank them. A farmer. The biggest corn farmer. From what area?
From
Warren?
Yeah, Warren.
Alright. So Richard and them gave us this pump with a tractor to use.
Yeah.
And I just want to see. We could see where it's pumping there?
Yeah.
Yes, so. This water deep like that. That's not waste, sir. Boy. Oh, it's going up there. Right. Waste, sir. Right. Here we go. Where are you, boy? Ryan? Yeah. How far where is this thing going? Watch. Watch. Tons of water coming out here now. And this is government to take out the water. So all the water, come back to me guys. So 99% of the water in Bamboo number 2, the reduction in that water was due to the fact that the young men in Bamboo, the villagers and a few persons on the outside sacrificed their own lives, sponsored pumps, paid for pumps, and actually funded private pumps. Some businessmen gave it free. The government pump did not come until late on the 4th or 5th day, and the pump that they brought was the wrong connection for the pump. And this is what I tell you, when these fellas come, I am not going to respect them because they have no respect for us. So when they start to show respect and start to treat us as humans, then I will say, yes, boss. Right? The 7 days that residents went through hell, right? If Rohan and the boy come back again, we will run you again. We make no apologies because at the end of the day, whichever religious leader want to kiss all the tail, let them kiss all the tail. They want favors. I don't want none. I don't want none. Right? So let's go again. Let's show you the videos. Could we show the video, Pitié, please? Yeah. So we're going to show you, you know, what took, right, residents again, look the depth of the water. Oh, just now, wait. Yeah, right, play that video, but let me hear the audio. Hey, you know the ladies coming out, bring out the garbage, eh?
You must go there straight.
Garbage? No boy, I can't go back. What happens that when he said about the ladies to take out the garbage, he has not been seen since then except bouncing in the car. Right? And I'll leave that right there. Right? Bamboo number 2 again. Notice everybody in relief mode, everybody in get out of their mode, and no official vehicles anywhere around. Right? So this is what the situation. Right, okay. Play his audio. Since 4 o'clock and you live right. What is the situation with the pump right now?
The pump off. It's not working since 4 o'clock this morning.
Since 4 o'clock and you live right by the pump?
Well, outside. I went down to try and start this morning.
Right, so the pump off since 4 o'clock this morning.
Yeah.
Thank you, bro. Again, wait. Play that.
Arnold.
By you? Again, patos how many boats you count working in bamboo here from different people? What's the amount of boats? If none of these residents had volunteered their boats, what would have happened to the people of bamboo number 2? What's the depth of the water that we had to deal with? And like I said, for 4 or 5 days, we dealt with this. Every single day, residents went through hell. And nowhere wrong on the first day. The member of parliament, nowhere wrong. It's not only Rohan, because I've always said that Khadija Amin and the councillor, absolute waste of time. That person fall on the sideway. Oh. Is there a way we could flip that video? No? We could rotate it? That is, you see the elderly having it hard in the, no, all right, hold that right there. Right, good. Come back to me. Right? Now, basically, I have a set of videos to show you with what is the plan and what is going on with the whole riverbank situation. But let me just welcome Extra Care to this segment. And of course, Extra Care products available at supermarkets all over Trinidad and Tobago. So make sure and take advantage. And let me just thank the crew at Extra Care and Atlantic Trading for supporting our recent flea market at Baraka Grounds. Now, the video that we just showed with the road, I want to go with that last. The drone shots and all those things, I want to take that now. So could we get the drone shots, please? Right? Now, this is bamboo number 2, an area where the riverbank is. As you could see the riverbank there. Let's go again, guys. Right. You notice there's a half circle area there. Well, that half circle area, there's a bank over that half circle area, almost in the middle of the screen there. Now, that is one of the areas where they are claiming, or further down, where they are claiming that the bank was interfered with by a resident. So let's go again. Now, basically, the river, you know, it have a river coming from St. Augustine. Before you reach, not St. Augustine, any back by the Caroni River there. St. Joseph. No, not the St. Joseph, by Chantrell Road there. Yeah. Remember there's a river right there? Well, that river is the one in green, right? And the one in yellow is the Wayabal River, which is directly behind the residents in Bamboo 2. Could we zoom in, please? Now, I just want to suggest something. It may be stupid because I real dotish, right? I don't know about engineering or anything. But if we were to take that yellow line and instead of it, the Wayabal River, and when it bend into Bamboo, why don't we run that straight into the other river? Because both of those end up to the Caroni anyhow. So what we do, we eliminate all the water from the Wayabal externally. In other words, all the external water from the Wayabal going into that river, and the water from Bamboo alone will enter the Wayabal from the back. Now, because those idiots and them end up building on the riverbank, you're going to have to move out everybody. Now, this is a choice which would mean that less water would be going into the Wayabal behind Bamboo. So therefore, this may reduce the flooding, because if you don't take all that water and send it through the Wayabal, the chances of reduced water flow is greater. Does that make sense? It makes sense, right? Eh? Right. Well, right. So this is what I'm saying. That area where we join in there, we widen it a little bit to take the extra flow of water.
But between the river that you're talking about there and the Caroni, when they're going through the southern
right.
Where they supply rice long time.
Yeah.
If they build 2.
Well,
if they build 2 catchment dams there.
That could solve part of the problem.
And not only that, you could also use that water, the amount, because that's so long and so wide, you could feed, make it into a substation,
Well,
feed water.
well, you gonna get me in trouble because nobody is hearing you. They hearing me. Now, watch this. This is where the riverbank is in bamboo number 2.
You see, what happened is that they...
What are they?
Remember the housing development, where quarter again
Yeah, NUGFW there.
Right, that housing development. Remember, water would have flooded into that area because there was land. So when they build this now, the water had nowhere to go. So where you go? You go overflow the river. So what they had to do was to build 2 catchment.
But we don't do that in Trinidad. We don't do that in Trinidad. We don't do things that make sense.
What happened after Greenville? And they built 2.
Yeah, but the thing is that they ain't gonna do that from bamboo. Right. Bamboo is not PNM supporters. So bamboo had a suck salt. So let me go to the, all right, I just want to show the drone shot, guys. Let's go to the drone shot. Right? The drone shots. You will see the video. Let me run the video, not the stills. Right, so while my guys prepping it, basically, I just want to show, that was from the chip card. So the chip that I had sent, don't play it off the chipper because it got stick. Right, so we're going to get those drone shots in a few seconds. And with those drone shots, you will see above what we are looking at. So you would know exactly what is taking place, what is not taking place, and how this whole thing can be resolved or not. Right? So what we're going to do is that let us take, right, 9:23. Let us take our second break. You're watching Breaking Barriers. We're going to take our second break, and we'll be back right after this.
At Extra Foods, we care for you. That's why we always have the widest variety, the best prices, spacious aisles of total convenience, plus clean, safe surroundings. Let us care for you. Extra Foods, always extra for less.
Attention all bakers, doubles vendors, and roti makers. Try our high-quality bromate-free, all-purpose, and whole wheat flour. Low price and conveniently packaged in 2 pounds, 2 kg, 10 kg, and 25 kg bags. For wholesale and retail prices, contact Shiklisho Limited at 665-3336 or 480-8715 or visit us at Warrenville, Canoopia. Shiklisho Limited, quality you can trust.
For the everyday lowest prices on all grocery items, trust Low Cost Supermarket for the widest variety of quality products at low prices. Freshly picked fruits and vegetables, healthy products for your well-being, high quality meat cuts, and a warm and friendly service. Low Cost Supermarket, Southern Main Road, Canoopia.
Misuse Air Limited, authorized Mitsubishi air conditioning dealer. No need to replace your air conditioning units ever so often. Split units, cassette, ductable, CTVIF systems, and much more. Mitsubishi Electric has long been powering industries and providing solutions for healthy living. Misuse Air Limited boasts the industry's first 10-year warranty on all parts and labor. Inverter units are also available. Don't hear it, just feel it. Misuse Air Limited, 246 Eastern Main Road, Barataria. Give us a call at 674-4000 or 675-4000 or email us at mitsu.limited@gmail.com.
No more games. You always break the table when you lose. Promise? 4110 Jigsaw. Watch it. Don't you dare. Ronix.
And welcome back, my friends. Of course, you're watching Breaking Barriers right here on IBN Channel 8. And yes, the program is live. And, I have a question. What is that the oil pipelines being put in the Mohes Road, right? Budu Trace, Barpo area. Where's the deal with that? I need to get some information in regards to that. So if somebody could provide me contractor name, information, if tenders were involved, etc., 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 shoot me up some information, please, because I need to ask some questions in regard to that whole thing. So let's see where that goes, right? I just need to ask questions so that we can get some answers, right? So here we go again. Let's run, guys. All right, the video. We ready? Right, good. This is bamboo number 3. I want to let you watch something. 2 years ago, I told the corporation and the ministry that this man built almost on the riverbank. Watch what happening right by his house, Moody. Watch that. What is going to happen there now, Moody? Watch what's going on. And that is right in bamboo number 3. Now here they say pause right there. That is where the river takes a bend. So you know what's going to happen? Erosion, and it's going to cut. So therefore, once you have water bending a corner, what means that the full thrust of that water is going to pound away at that. And that whole bank is going to erode there. And watch my boy go on and put his house. But not only that, he does fix vehicles, and the gate that he have for his garage almost on the riverbank itself. The ministry came, and the ministry put up some cautioning, or at least I think it's the ministry. The engineers came, and then after that, boom. Let's go. Let's run this. Go ahead. Well, all you know, where's this, right? There's the Caroni River. And I just want to show a nice drive-through at the Caroni River. Now, pause right there. Tell me if I just seeing things. But, Shiraz, what's the width of the Caroni River, right? Now, I want to let that. Now, that is where everybody could see. Notice we could see that. Watch when we go to an area where we can't see. Watch the width of the Caroni River. Let me go. All you notice what is starting to happen? It is being dredged. But what is happening is that contractors, there is no measure for what a contractor takes out. Watch this. This is the Caroni River. Watch the width of the Caroni River as compared to what you saw at the beginning. Watch this. And all you tell me that all you want this to hold the capacity of water. Not only that, you are actually seeing floor bed on the river. There are certain areas where you're seeing mounds of dirt. So the Caroni River was not dredged properly. Watch this, man. And all you expect me, this is by bamboo number 2 now. That the wire ball there on the left. Right, we're going again. Let's go to the other video, guys. This now is going into the wire bar. Let's go. So this is going into the Wire River. All right, when was that? Now, this is the skills of a new drone. So what happens is that, 30, 40 years of experience as a drone pilot. All right, almost bongs 2 kobo in here. Now, watch the condition of the Wire River. Now, tell me if we should forgive any minister. Boy, let me tell you something. The next time they come in here, you have to run them 10 times faster. And I don't care who say what. All you look at this and tell me if this look like if it was ever dredged. Moody watch the width of that river. And we expect that river to hold the amount of water for bamboo number 2 and all that water coming down. This is incompetence to the highest level. Watch the width of that river now, man. But not only that, right? Like I tell you, residents also have to be responsible for some of the nonsense. For example, that house on the left. That house on the left, their wall is on the riverbank. Right? No, sorry, not that one. Further up. They actually put the road there, which is a good thing, so it has access. So that is a good thing. That's off Rattan Street. I thought we had reached Mohan Street. Right, so we are going down. So again, a nice tour of the whole of the bamboo area along the riverbank, the Wire Ball. Watch how low that Wire Ball bank is. and all you expect that to sustain the amount of water. No. This is incompetence by government bodies. They are to blame for how residents suffered. And like I said, residents should sue their tail. Pause right there. Right. You see that house on the left with the green roof? That is the house that built their wall on the riverbank. But we are not here to deal with that. At the end of the day, let me move on. Now, all you see in the river? If you can't see the river, it means that nobody has judged that, right? Watch this. Watch this. This is where the river is that overflow into Bamboo. What work was done? How much millions was paid? Now watch, you see what I'm talking about, Shiraz. Because you were mentioning, now, the Wayabal actually, the river actually split. Right? You notice the Wayabal to the left and the other one to the right. Right? So it now split and it formed a Y. And watch what I was telling you there. A simple connection. Because all you're removing is the water that come into the residence behind, you know. So that is not going to change much. You agree? Because watch, pause right there. Shiraz, connect straight up. Make sense? So instead of the water from all there coming in the back here, direct it to the river there and talk done. But you know what? That will involve a $10 billion contract because elections coming up. Right? So I'm going to tell you, that is the reality of it. This is the area in question where they claim that people went and interfered with riverbank and all kind of thing. Let me tell you something. If that gentleman interfered with the riverbank because the man dead, that was my partner, and if he interfered with the riverbank, the government's supposed to condone on him because the fact is that 2 years passed and the government did absolutely nothing. Absolutely nothing. So therefore they allow this to occur. But yet it is, when we feed the government information that they want to hear, it makes the residents and the village look bad. And that is what some stupid people don't understand. Right? So let's go again, guys. Right. Pause. We actually, the residents, actually dug an area there for water to come out. So the reason the water went down in Bamboo number 2 again, look, you have proof that the residents were the one that opened up the riverbank so that water could come out, water could drain. And this was the area there that you would have seen earlier where the excavator had done things. So we put some sandbags there and, well, we know that would make a difference. And pause right there. You see, this is what I was telling you. Watch where the wall is. Continue. Watch where the wall is. How is an excavator? You know, I don't mind people building their house. But come now, man. Only use common sense now, man. How can an excavator work with your wall right there? Stupidity, stupidity. Come now, man. Right? So, boy, what time it is now, boy? Yeah, what's that? Yeah, well, next week I'm going to show a businessman in Bamboo. When I sell the man the clip, the man threaten me. The man threaten me. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to show you threat on TV and I'm going to show where he warehouse built on the riverbank. Because you know me, I real stupid and I don't afraid nobody. And if you want to threaten, threaten. You understand? Because I don't tolerate them kind of dotation, especially from stupid people. All right, so let me just welcome Rita and to this segment. And what we'll do, let me just take a few calls. We'll take a few calls because at the end of the day, we're out of time already, boy. 9:35. Wow. Right, so open up our phone lines, guys, just to make sure our phone lines working. And let's take a few calls. And you could call 663-8373, 645-4426, or 662-3160. And when you call in, turn on the volume on your television, please. And as I said before, and I'll repeat again, I have no problems resting it on Faris and resting it on Rohan verbally when they come into Bamboo again. Because I have no respect for people who don't care. They don't care about us. They show no compassion. They came here 4 or 5 days after the event. Yeah, one is that, you could kill that for now, you know, because one is that, yeah, hold on there, right? Now, what happened is that basically, when they came into the area here, they basically met. Now, imagine this, I want you to listen. Faris right hand come. Yeah, we just want to meet with the people here. The minister is coming. We just want to let people know that, all you need to temper it down. And I told him, I said, listen, man. I tell all the residents, I said, listen, man. Let me relax yourself. Let me listen to what they have to say, and then we go take it from there. Everybody agreed under the tent that we are not going to get on, we're not going to misbehave. Well, boy, here what happened. Word come to us that the imam from Bamboo meet up with Faris up the road and having their own panchayat, and Faris was not coming down the road. Right? I don't know what is going on with he sometime. Now, that is a story by itself. Right? Some people just like being famous. And what happens is that he decided that he will have his own panchayat to become famous and do his own thing up the road. And that the minister not coming back down the road again because he was pre-warned. We were told, and I know by who, he was pre-warned that them people waiting for your tail down there to arrest it on you. And we agreed that we were not going to misbehave. When we started to misbehave and verbally lash out was when the minister refused to come down, because you know why? Bamboo residents again, with their snake oil self, went to sell their soul and sell we out. Let's go to our lines. Hello? Hello?
Good night, Mr. Ishmael.
Good evening, sir.
Mr. Ishmael, I see some things were showing there, and it softened my heart that to know that a man like you who trying to fight for the people them, and sometimes people just talk about you, my friend. But as I always tell you, your heart is big and strong. And I believe that all the ministers and them, they don't have no heart. And for people to be going through that with nasty water like that, cesspit water, and people had to go and take, the community had to help themselves, and government spending millions of dollars, and promise the people them in this country, there is a government for all. And today, when I see Greenville is up to standard, I ask myself the question of how come they can't do it in the UNC perceived area?
Well,
I'll tell you something, my friend. I'll tell you something. You see, government come and government gone. And many people in this country walk and talk about other government. But this administration is one of the most nastiest, evil, heartless. I can't call words against the station.
Correct.
And to the PNM supporters, only understand that these people they must suffer all year. For 4 years, and when it comes to the 5th year for election, they were trying to give you something to mamagayo, to fool you, to suffer you again if they get back in office. Only wake up and smell the coffee. People in the Bamboo, only be strong. Only have faith. You understand? Because you have a person like Ishmael will stand up for all you. And I believe that you are the only one that stand up for them. And I thank you very much, my brother. And to the people in this country, only wake up and smell the coffee and understand who care for all you, my friend. Thank you.
Thank you so much. Well, there's a chat that I am on with over 100 residents. To all the residents who are watching this program right now, if you are not on the Bamboo chat, get on the Bamboo chat, because at the end of the day, I don't care what it had before. I don't care what village council it had before. You see all the half-dead people who did nothing for Bamboo? We are going to put together a group of people who will take this village where it needs to go. I didn't live here for about 20 years and I came back. I'm a resident here. I never left Bamboo because my business was here. And now that I am back, here what's happening now. We're going to set it right. So for all those of you who are watching and you're from Bamboo, WhatsApp me now, 684-4762. Let me repeat that number. So for those of you who are now going to grab your pens, etc. 684-4762. And if you're a resident of Bamboo, we will put you on the Bamboo chat so that we could, we could deal with all these issues. Because let me tell you something. 147 million they could spend for 2 days fete. They're damn well going to spend money to fix the riverbank. I am telling you, we the residents of Bamboo, we're going to make sure that work starts in the next few months. It ain't no waiting for rainy season. It ain't no waiting, because if it have flood again, we dropping everything on Rohan and on Faris' lap. All the cupboard, everything, we send it in front of the office. Let's go again. Hello. Hello.
Yeah, good night, Anshan.
Good night, my friend.
Yeah. Right. This come like Petrotrail. They fire everybody in Petrotrail and nobody is saying nothing. They're raising gas, calling it, but laughing. You say you raise it 1 time, 2 times, and then they're protesting. People in this country not protesting beside like how you go do it, boy. They're just standing up and waiting for the rape at the benefit of the crowd.
No, caller.
Nobody.
Caller, I made a promise that 2023 going to be different for me, 2023 going to be beast mode for me, Because you see what I passed through? I sacrificed to build the station, Reds. I went begging to build the station. And what I passed through to get this station, and through Ravinanga, the attorney, we were able to get this. And towards this station, underwater, and 99% of the people who benefit from this thing, aim at the blasted decency.
People ball in race too. You helping African people and the ball in race.
No, but that is the normal thing. Let me tell you something. When you're bankrupt,
I'm African, I could tell you that you're helping the people.
No, imagine exactly.
There's many ministers only asking in Shan. You understand? They only asking for things from you. And the support in the shopping. This man supposed to drop gas. Nobody is saying that. You can't put gas in your car. Hello?
No, you're right. You're absolutely right. Everything that you have said is spot on. What happens is that Inshan is a racist, but 90% of the people who I help is who? Santa Claus? Boy, I don't know. Stupidity. Stupidity. All the best, my brother. Take care. All the best. We're going again. Let me just welcome Rance to this segment. We'll take 2 calls because here what's happening. I have been standing on air here for the past nearly 2 hours. I promise a lady contact me. She say, "You'll be on here tonight." I say, "Yeah, for half an hour." But the woman almost had a cry. Right? So let's take 2 final calls. Hello. Hello.
Yeah, good night, Ishmael.
Good night, my brother.
I see you get 147 million for next year carnival, boy.
Wait a minute, hey, here what happened, man? Going on wind to the left and I'm going to wind to the right, boy.
Well, who are you playing with, China?
No, I play with a new brand. One is a band sponsored by the government of China. It's called Bribe.
All right, so you get through then, my brother. Take care.
All the best. Not Tribe, Bribe. That is a whole different band by itself. Right, so here what's happening. Let me leave it right there. Because here what's happening. Callers, all you hold up there because I am out of time. But what I want to do is 2 things. One, I just want to thank all the people that came down to our flea market and made it a fantastic success. I would like to thank the people who came to the booths and supported. I never thought that having something during that period would have been so successful. It was a tremendous success. And look at this message from one of our vendors. Assalamu alaikum, jazakallah khairan, and thanks for the opportunity to sell at the Baraka Grounds Flea Market. Basically, she's saying thank you, God willing. The facility was excellent, safe, and clean. Even the toilets was always tidy and never out of soap or toilet paper. 10,000% better than any public toilet. The crowd attendance of buyers was beyond my expectations. The sales was very good and surpassed my wife's estimated amount. Thanks to the Baraka team for providing such avenue that will help small businesses. And this is just one of many of the messages. And by the way, this is what took place at the Ronix booth the night, right? Was Piper session. You might see Shiraz somewhere in the back there trying to buy a spanner and thing, right? It was craziness. So I would like to thank everybody who came and supported and bought out nearly all our power tools, all right? God bless all you. Now I have money to spend on things that I really don't need, right? So here what happened. This is where I have to start to roll it up because I would like to thank the team for putting together everything. I would like to thank Justin for doing what he did to get us back on track. And of course, Sai for assisting with the station. And we are not there as yet. We are going to be there, God willing, in about 2 weeks' time. So what happens is that we still have a lot of work. But because I was down there for the week, I could not have spent all my time here. All right. So again, I would like to thank all those of you from Bamboo number 2. By the way, let me know For those of you who have not received food cards, let me know. And again, I would like to find out who is the individual in Bamboo number 2 who called Rohan Sinanan and was given food cards, allegedly, to distribute, and who were the people that got those food cards. Let me see where it's going. Let me see who it will lead to. And then also, I would like to say that, remind people in Bamboo number 2 that get on board with the chat, because this chat also acts as a conduit for criminal activity in the area. If there is a vehicle that is suspicious, we put it on the chat one time so you're able to see what is going on in your area. Oh, I want to show one thing. The road, guys. The video with the road. No. A road was built in Bamboo for political. Watch this road. Box drain on both sides. Now, by the way, that house, the access to that house is on the main road. But they built a bridge so that them people can get access. But wait, pause right here. That is the riverbank right here. I want Khadija Amin to tell us what it costs for this road and who it lead, whose house it lead into. Go straight. This whole road was done. Watch it here. Right? We go in. Bamboo number 2. You seen any residents standing there? Watch it. Box drain and all kind of thing. Khadija Amin. Find out what take place here. Who this was done for. Watch it. All this road was done. And it leads directly to the back of supporters of a few UNC people house. On the right hand side there, watch. Right on the right hand side that road was done for. Private, somebody private yard. All you feel it easy? And we are going to get the total of how much that costs, and you will hear my money. They can't fix the blasted pothole in Bamboo Road, but they could put new road for political grasshoppers. Well, I'm going to tell you. Anyway, this is where I have to end it off. God bless all you. Have a good one. We'll be in touch. And of course, don't forget, you will see me down at Brilliant this Friday and Saturday. We will be closed on Sunday, but Friday and Saturday, bring the whole family. Let me just remind people, our pool was completely booked for the holidays. If you are booking the pool for the upcoming period, let me know early, please, because we don't want to double book or get people vexed. All right, so on behalf of all of us, take care, have a good one, and we'll be in touch. And of course, tune in next week. Breaking Barriers will be on live again. Assalamu alaikum and good evening. Lastly, wait. For God's sake, all I use all I head when I'm sending up the fireworks now. Because there are people who have homes that could catch fire. We know nothing is going to stop all here because some all are just naturally stupid. And all are going to send it up in areas where people curtain and it can catch fire. So here what's happening. Think about what all are doing before they do it for me, please. All right? Take care. Assalamu alaikum and good evening.